I have a problem. You see, I listen to podcasts or to chat radio to help me get to sleep. And if I don't, then I usually can't. I do use these Acoustic Sheep sleep phone Bluetooth headphones to help me do that. They're a headband which have ultra thin earphones within them, which means I can listen to audio while sleeping on my side in comfort. Now, all in all, this product's pretty awesome, but there's one major problem, and that's the battery. You see, it's already pretty tricky to get the battery out and charge it. But the main thing is the battery only lasts one night. And that's ultra annoying when I forget, which I often do. And that usually means the following night when I'm trying to go to sleep, I don't. I really struggle. The really dumb thing in all this is that when they've done their job each night, when I've successfully fallen asleep, I'm no longer using them. And it typically only takes me one podcast or half an hour to get to sleep. So for the rest of the night, I'm not using it. And this got me thinking, perhaps there's a way where I can use that fact to turn them off when I'm not using them and save some of their battery. Well, I found a solution to this and I'm here to share that with you. I'll give a bit more context on the things which allow me to solve this, as well as some of the extra considerations I've taken into account. And then I'll show you my hack in action and set you on your way to using it, solving it for yourself. Sound okay? So the magic key is that when the headphones are on and connected via Bluetooth to an audio source, such as my phone, they obediently stay alert indefinitely, waiting for anything whatsoever to play until the battery eventually runs out. But when they're on and not connected to anything, they do stay alive for just a little while longer to see if there's any other connections to make, and if not, they turn themselves off. I set a timer in my podcast app. I use an app called Podcast Addict to stop playing after 30 minutes. And my challenge therefore becomes, how can I get my phone to automatically recognize when the audio has stopped playing and use this as a trigger to disconnect from my headphones? With this in place, the headphones will turn themselves off automatically a few minutes later and save my battery. There are a few extra requirements I wanted to take into account. Ideally, it would not trigger immediately, but instead hold fire a little bit and accommodate some small period of silence, such as 30 seconds or so, to allow for selecting a new track if I haven't fallen asleep in time. And it shouldn't disconnect if audio begins playing again within this time. It should also just disconnect from the device and not turn Bluetooth off altogether, so I don't have to bother turning it on again later. And finally, it should also do this only for this specific pair of headphones and not do the same disconnecty thingy with other Bluetooth audio connections, such as the headphones I use when I'm out and about or my car or whatever, and that would be pretty annoying. I managed to solve for this. To walk you through what's going to happen, I'll start with my Bluetooth headphones connected to my phone, which you'll see indicated in the top left of the screen, and there'll be audio playing. Then I'll press pause on the audio and wait for the timeout I mentioned, which I've set to just a few seconds for the purpose of demoing. After the timeout, the phone will automatically disconnect from the headphones, again visible in the top left, leaving the phone's Bluetooth as a whole active. It's just the connection which drops. So let's see that's in action. I hit pause now. And after a few seconds, the phone automatically drops the connection. I now no longer have to charge my sleep phones every night. I can now charge them every 1 or even 2 weeks. It's 1,000% performance improvement on the product's battery life, and something which turns, all in all, a pretty good product into a fantastic product. So I'm super happy. Now, how did I achieve all this? Well, all I used is my Android phone. I used Tasker, which is an Android app for automating phone behavior. I used a few of the plugins available within that app, and I also obviously wrote my own little automation script to carry out the job that you've just seen. I won't in this video go into the details of all that. My goal here was just to set the scene and show you the outcome. But I'll put in the description below links to tutorials I've written where I explain how to get started with these tools yourself, and where you'll also find links to the hacks that I've built, like this one, which I invite you to download for free, import to your phone, and use or customize as you please. I'll say that there's really no end to the weird and wonderful problems that people have managed to solve with Tasker and other automation apps like it. And Tasker in particular has like a strong online community. So should you be so brave, with some trial and error and a touch of patience, perhaps you too could tackle that really irritating phone usability problem that's been bugging you for years and years. I really hope that this mini project and my supporting content will help you, or perhaps even inspire you to take on a project yourself. So I'd love to hear in the comments what annoying phone usability problems you're now inspired to tackle. If you found this video or any of my link content helpful, please do hit the like button, and thanks, and I'll see you soon.